I was standing there with my 12-gauge shotgun directed towards the heavens, Lisa Morgan yelling regarding federal code, and a burning drone running into my barn because of the HOA thinking they could seize my ranch for their high-end solar panels. What they did not get was my great-grandfather had set a trap a century ago, and it was going to blow in their faces. You're probably wondering how this could possibly happen legally, and how Lisa did not catch on it coming. That's the beauty of it. She didn't care for most self-righteous suburban overlords who wielded internet law and HOA bylaws. She thought anyone beyond her gated utopia to be merely a yoko, with a gun and a cow named Daisy half true. My shotgun's Bessie, and we haven't had a cow named Daisy since the 90s. What I do have is 140 acres of legally fortified, cleverly defended, and wildly underestimated family land. And lots of time when it started 3 weeks earlier than that drone took a blazing dive into my sighting. Burning a barn fire, me and my cousin Travis fought for 2 hours, using wet grain sacks. That morning I'd observed guys in orange vests at the eastern fence on my ATV. "What's this?" I asked. One grinned as if I'd given him a donut. "Preparing the install area for the solar expansion. Sir, done in a week or two." Expansion, for what he checked his clipboard. HOA solar grid, new green initiative. I glared at him. Then the orange markers and pink flags 20 feet onto my land, fluttering like they belonged too early to lose it. I nodded, said I'd be back, and drove to the HOA office. I don't live in the HOA. My ranch borders Oakwood Estates, a sprawl of cookie-cutter homes with 2-car garages and identical flower beds, obsessed with homogeneity that'd make boot camp almost like a free-for-all. Their charter established a decade ago, well after I gained possession of the ranch. They've tried nibbling around my property prior to border disputes, historical differences, but I put a stop to it with post and paperwork. This was Boulder at the office. Lisa Morgan, HOA president, real name Melinda, but she, OED Lisa vibes, greeted me. "Jake Ramsey, I'm the president, and we need your signature for our energy sharing deal." She smiled like we were trading pie recipes. "No," I said, she blinking. "No, you're not putting anything on my land. No, you didn't ask. No, I'm not signing." Her smile went sour. "Mr. Ramsey, you don't see the opportunity, sustainable energy for the community." "My barn's not your community," I replied. She breathed in deeply like a TV lawyer, about to give a zinger. "The board voted we can use surrounding unzoned land for benefiting the community. You'll hardly even notice funny." I said I didn't notice, it was yours. Then there were emails, flyers, a shiny brochure, with my eastern field photoshopped under solar panels mailed to everyone Oakwood House and placed on their private Facebook page. Guess who wasn't invited? They conducted info sessions taking selfies beside my hayfield named Solar Zone's Future. I laughed till trucks showed up, bringing cement posts, wiring junction boxes inside my fence. I sent a cease and desist via my lawyer. Maggie 73 Floral Scarves once sued the city for a pothole. Lisa snubbed it, instead flying a drone over my ranch, daily hovering by barns pins, even windows. I looked at their Facebook, using a dummy account Lisa posted, patrolling encroachments and safety hazards. Video in progress. That buzzing spy had to be gone. So there I was, Bessie skyward drone 20 feet over my driveway. Lisa filming from her side, screaming about airspace. I waved, smiled, and blasted it. Spark spin, crash into barn flames. She yelled like I'd murdered her cat. I went to my porch whens, as usual. She called the FAA. I called Maggie. Here's the kicker. Her drone broke 3 state privacy laws, buzzed over protected livestock zones, and went below 50 feet for days. I had video timestamps, and it ticked off Alpaca Rusty. As proof, the FAA couldn't care less about me. They asked for my clips, then told me Lisa had been investigated for infractions. Her immaculate HOA record, now tainted things, intensified after drawn post Lapice's meltdown. I trekked to the east end of the ranch, past the creek where markers first appeared. Granddad always cautioned if they try to check the iron. I thought he meant a rifle in air. An hour with a metal detector, unearthed a rusty plaque tacked in stone, rushing off mud. I read it and found Lisa hadn't just crossed a line. She activated a century-old legal bomb, signed 1923. The cast iron plaque was a covenant cut deep in construction on the eastern Ramsey Ranch boundary. Without authorization, initiated forfeiture land, and buildings fell back to the Ramsey family with survey coordinates and easement clauses. I laughed, shocking a rabbit great-granddad, a orrery cuss, who enjoyed whiskey and hated entitled suits. Once sued a railroad for crossing his areas. They paid up and allowed him to file this covenant sheer spite 100 years afterward. It snared an HOA tyrant, I called Maggie, recited. She sped over with a legal notepad and gardening gloves. 3 hours of county records confirmed it filed. Stamped, unchallenged, enforceable, they toast. She smiled, no title search beforehand, digging classic HOA arrogance. Now what she typed, certified letter, let them dig deeper. While we prepped forfeiture, the HOA got the notice, covenant violation, or face a land claim. I imagined Lisa choking on her latte. She didn't. Back Down posted a rant in the newsletter accusing me of country intimidation and anti-green vendettas with obsolete loss. Maggie chuckled. She's digging herself. Lisa doubled down, more workers, panels, trenches. I filmed it all, even attached a GoPro to Rusty best footage ever. She sent another drone, bigger, louder. I didn't shoot it, I weighed D. Letting my roof and barn cams get it dropping below 50 feet over horses. My niece sunbathing, time-stamped gold. Lisa's email winked, enjoy the shade. She was clueless. The FAA called her flights broke privacy and aviation loss, especially after she posted clips with hashtags like "Mire your Ho Power" and "Mire your Our Land." Now they laughed at that, hinting at fines or worse. Then an HOA letter, not from Lisa, but the board suggested a community resolution admitting budget overruns and neighbor gripes. I framed it in the barn. John that night working on the coop saw surveyors, not solar crew, scanning trenches 1, muttering on phone, "It's outside the boundary trouble." The HOA was waking up to their mess too late. The town meeting was supposed as HOA damage control. Lisa plant a tie, let's unite speech. It turned into a legal ambush. The community center overflowed Oakwood people, drawn in by drama, not wine. Lisa and Pearl's OED confidence rumors surrounding the solar project need clearing, legal misunderstandings. Our commitment to progress. She began missing her drone and trespass crimes. She waved my cease and desist like a prop. This is obstructionism. Some cling to conspiracies over a cleaner tomorrow. I sparked spin crash into barn flames. Stood phones, rose Maggie in a sweater. Whispered, "Get her, cowboy." I took the mic. I sent that because you built on my land without a permit. Ignored every stop. That's not progress, it's theft. Murmurs grew, Lisa interrupted. I raised a hand. No title check. No surveyor. You dug on 5 generations of Ramsey land. Your grids on a 1923 covenant, unauthorized builds, forfeit to West panels, trenches, all of it. I held up the filing. Not a theory law, is that true? Someone yelled. She didn't mention that, another added. Lisa stammered. It's ancient, unenforceable. The room turned. I sat as board members squirmed. Next day, my speech hit Facebook, then Reddit. Lee's obstructionist clip versus my C takedown comments roasted. She can't read a deed but runs the HOA. Residents texted apologies. Asked about dues. Solar was no freebie. Now Lisa accused smear campaign by an anti-green property owner, citing my drone wave. FARA proof against her. Her hovering over my knees sealed the deal. Child privacy violation. The board tried outing her quietly, but she publicly announced a temporary step down for emotional toll. No one believed them. They voted her out. Tom, a nervous member, named begging a good faith meeting. I said I'd think about it. Maggie was already tallying damages, forfeiture fees, restoration. Then a county assessor named Lisa had filed a zoning variance claiming my land as HO donated fraud. My blood ran cold. She tried erasing me. I played defense long enough. She swan dived into Granddad's trap, blinded by arrogance. I could have settled early, but this was principle with covenant docs, video, FAA statements, and the assessor's call. Notarized. Maggie paid restitution, forfeiture fines for drone, and fraud nearing 7 figures. Lisa's final Facebook rant, accusing me of being a sovereign citizen, stopping clean energy, backfired. Her supporters abandoned. Her residents were afraid of deuce 2 weeks later. The board terminated the solar project. Contractors dismantled it, sweating out their error. I watched from my porch, waving occasionally. Hearings devastated Lisa. Her emails showed she ignored warnings, pushed ahead, the judge unimpressed by her, duped by Map's excuse, stopped at the Nice video trenches. Now mine, I built a barn there, not necessary, just spite bright red. Travis painted a drone exploding on it, property of the Ramsey Ranch in big letters. Ian named it the Trap Shed. Lisa sold her home cheap, moved towns, her HOA dreams. Toast neighbors thanked me. One brought pie, some push to disband the HOA. I claimed the panels under salvage, powering the barn and house, selling surplus irony. With a rebate on a windy Tuesday, I sat with Maggie on the porch. She knitted a scarf like a roadkill tribute the last workers left, leaving soil a fence, my panels shining. You could have just shouted. She said I drank coffee. Where's the fun? The ranch was still mine, earned by time, history, and a Ramsey feud. They shoot for progress. They strike a 100-year warning. Some land fights back.